Building fine musical instruments was only a remote dream for a farm boy growing up in the rough backwoods of Cumberland County. But Charles Gene Horner was determined, creative, resourceful, and most of all, patient. A lifetime and hundreds of instruments later, Gene knows the satisfaction of having mastered his unlikely and ambitious goal, while remaining just a country boy and living on the farm where he was born. It was celebrated folk artist Helen Bullard who was the first to call him the Stradivarius of the Cumberlands. And at 75, he has thoroughly earned it. He was fascinated with the sound of traditional music, and even at a young age was enthralled with woodworking. But there was no one to guide him, no masters to teach him. So he educated himself, carefully examining every instrument he could get his hands on, reading and researching and exploring, tracking down every homemade craftsman he heard about. But most of all, his knowledge and skills grew through hands-on trial and error, and studying musicians who played fiddles from his bench. The violin is considered the primary instrument of folk virtuosity in Tennessee, and it was the violin, also known as the fiddle, that became Gene Horner's first passion. Not only as a fiddle maker, but as a fiddle player and student of old-time fiddle tunes. When it became a full-time profession in the 1960s, Gene was deeply familiar with the work and designs of the European violin masters. As his career has peaked in recent decades, his work has attained world-class standards, and he continues to push himself in fine points of technique, execution, and finish. Although he's made and repaired almost everything with strings, mandolins are Horner's only other regular production instrument. Gene Horner is modest about his accomplishments, sometimes saying that he's made a cornbread living doing just what he likes to do. But as Tennessee's premier traditional instrument maker, he has pursued a specialized perfection. And that just may be one of the highest of artistic callings.